I've been waiting to do this one for a very long time. It's the most interesting one in the sense that it was really hard for me to research. There was no one list on the internet anywhere that just said all of these people. There were some that had some, others that had some others, but no comprehensive compilation of all of these. Now this is the all foreign team, and I thought this week would be a good week to do this as the Rams take on the Giants in London with the International Series game this week. And I know there's been one already, but I did something else that week. I thought it'd be interesting to look at a team made up exclusively of foreign players, and you can't do that. So to stop right here, it is physically impossible to build a team of exclusively foreign players. However, there is a wrinkle in this that still makes it possible to build a team of exclusively players born outside of the United States. Now, for a large part, that includes a lot of military babies. And we start at the quarterback, and if you know the guy, you know he's a military child. At quarterback, Robert Griffin III, who was born in Okinawa Island, Japan. Now, RG3, of course, is American, but his father served in the military, and that's why he makes his team. Without him, we'd have no quarterback. At running back, we do have a real foreigner, Jay Ajayi, who was born in London, England, went to college at Boise State, and now obviously plays for the Dolphins. At fullback, we have Jerome Felton, who I'm pretty sure we also had last week, who was born in Düren, Germany. I also wanted to mention Tyler Varga, who played fullback for the Colts last year and was born in Stockholm, Sweden. At wide receiver, we start with someone who's pretty much become the poster boy for foreign players this year, Moritz Böhringer, born in Stuttgart, Germany, obviously plays for the Minnesota Vikings after being drafted this year. I say plays for the Minnesota Vikings, is on the Minnesota Vikings practice squad. But at the other wide receiver position, we have a former first overall pick, Nelson Ogolahor, was born in Lagos, Nigeria, 20th overall pick in 2015. And at wide receiver number 3, we have TJ Jones, and he joins another group of kind of cheaters. So our first group of cheaters are the guys who are US citizens, were born outside of the US for whatever reason. A lot of our other cheaters are Canadians. So TJ Jones was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he's currently on the Lions practice squad. And then for the number 4 position, we take Brandon Gibson, who is currently a free agent, but we might as well take whoever we can get. All I can find about him was that he was born in West Germany, no more information than that. And at tight end, we have another Canadian, Luke Wilson of the Seahawks from Ontario. At left tackle, we have to switch Sebastian Vollmer over from right tackle. For some reason, despite playing there last season, he drops down to a 71 from an 82. He's from Karst, Germany, and went to college at Houston. At left tackle, we have Alejandro Villanueva, who is American, was born in Mississippi, but also has Spanish nationality. And then David Foucault, who is from Quebec and currently a free agent. At left guard, we start with Orlando Franklin, who was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Then we have John Urschel from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he's been with the Ravens since 2014. And then finally, Laken Tomlinson, who is from Savannah, Lamar, Jamaica. And he also joins Nelson Ogolahor as a 2015 first-round pick. At center, we have nobody because Brett Jones, who is from Weybourne, Saskatchewan, and plays for the New York Giants, isn't on Ultimate Team, so we're just going to have to slide over any old guard. Congratulations, Laken Tomlinson, you are our center. But we can move on to right guard, where we do have players. At right guard, we have Laurent Duvernay-Tardif from Mont Saint-Hilaire. He also went to college in Canada at McGill and was a 6th round selection in 2014. And at right guard, we have Vladimir Ducasse from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and he's been kicking about in the league since 2010, a former 2nd round selection. At right tackle, we have Austin Pastor from Langton, Ontario, went to college in Virginia, and behind him, Menelik Watson, who is from Manchester, England. So we start off at left end, and we have Stephen Pyer from Auckland, New Zealand. And then at right end, Ezekiel Anza, the 5th overall selection in the 2013 draft, and he's from Accra, Ghana. Behind Pyer at left end, we have Marcus Hunt from a place I can't pronounce in Estonia. And at right hand behind Anza, we have Brent Urban from a place I probably also can't pronounce in Ontario. And now at defensive tackle, we have a lot of choices. And we'll start with Star Lutalele, and he is from Tonga. Behind him, Tyron Crawford of the Cowboys from Windsor, Ontario. Behind him, Stephen Charles from Oshawa, Ontario. And then we have Kyle Love, who was born in South Korea. And then Marcus Kuhn, who was born in Mannheim, Germany. And just in case you hadn't had your fill of guys called Crawford that play defensive tackle for the Giants, we also have Jack Crawford, who was born in London, England. At linebacker, we have the slight problem that we don't have any inside linebackers, but we also have some serious firepower at right outside linebacker. We have former 2006 first round pick Tomba Harley, born in Liberia, but from here on out it pretty much all goes downhill. At left outside linebacker we have Kasim Edebali, who was born in Hamburg, Germany. At right outside linebacker, we have Jonathan Massaquoi, most recently a member of the Kansas City Chiefs, was also born in Liberia like Hali, but is currently a free agent, and we're going to ship him off to middle linebacker to help us build the team. But don't worry, we have another right outside linebacker who is currently a free agent and was most recently a member of the Chiefs, Andy Malumba. He, however, was not born in Liberia, he was born in Laputa, Congo, and then also at outside linebacker, because that's where I expect him to be, Bjorn Werner, born in Berlin, Germany, and is another player that was a former first-round pick. At cornerback, I wanted Mike Jenkins, however, he's not in Ultimate Team, so instead we start with Pierre Duzia, who was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Then we have Jude I.J. Burima, who was born in Pordenone, Italy. And then finally we have Nevin Lawson, no way I can say that name wrong, from Kingston, Jamaica. At free safety we have Michele Thompson, born in Naples, Italy, and we could have also had Ryan Smith, who plays for the Buccaneers and is on the active roster, but he's not on Ultimate Team and he was born in Augsburg, Germany. And then at strong safety we have Patrick Chung, also Kingston, Jamaica. Quite a few guys from Kingston, Jamaica. We move on to the special teams and there's no other selection at kicker. Of course there are other foreign kickers, but Sebastian Janikowski from Poland, the 17th overall pick in the 2000 NFL draft, it's gotta be him. And at punter I've gone Brad Wing. I would have rather gone John Ryan because he is the better player, but he's from Canada. Going Brad Wing from Australia is a little bit more interesting. And for the long snapper, of course, it's not Jason Witten, but he's representing his teammate LP Ledusa, born in Montreal, Quebec, played for the Dallas Cowboys since 2005. There are no foreign head coaches. I would have taken someone born in Hawaii or Alaska on a technicality, but not even that. So we're just going to go with Jack Del Rio, because out of all the possible names, Del Rio sounds the most like a foreign one. And that is the all-foreign team. And now obviously not foreign, more all born outside the US team. But I think I would hope there are some surprises here. Some players you may not have thought were born outside of the US. Some players you may not have known were foreign at all, which would surprise me, but it's not a great team, of course. If you look at it, this is with a lot of upgrades on the overalls. It ends up as a 74 overall team, a 73 offense, 74 defense, and the whole thing would cost you 537,000 coins on PlayStation 4 or 687,000 coins on Xbox One.